Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be problems arise when romance isn't her idea. So I've got an email. This particular guy, he claims that he's reading my first book, 3% Man. He's met this woman, I guess apparently about a year ago. They communicated for about a year, and then about 3 months ago, they actually finally got together in person. And so right away you think they talked for a year, but it took until 3 months ago before they actually met in person. You can tell this is a guy that doesn't really know what's going on, because if you're talking to a woman for a year and he's obviously probably been trying to meet her and she's been putting him off, and then they finally get together, things progress, and he's like, she's driving me nuts, everything he's doing. So it's obvious he's over pursuing and trying to force things, especially you engage with and interact with a woman for a year before things progress. And more than likely he's cherry picking, just looking for quick fixes and shortcuts instead of actually reading the book like he claims. He's probably skimming through it. And this is why I say read it 10 to 15 times. People don't listen to me. They think they're going to be different, and it always ends the same. And this guy's creating a lot of unnecessary pain for himself. So I got a quote that I wrote on this particular topic, and then we'll go through his email. Because the important thing to understand about women is that us guys, we may pick who we want to date, but the reality, it's women that do the choosing. And I often say that the idea is to go slightly slower than the woman is, because then she starts revealing her interest. And women can't help this. They do it unconsciously, whether it's touching or bumping into a guy or playing with their hair or getting too close or getting in his personal space, or touching his hand when you're handing things to each other. She gently touches your hand instead of just grabbing the item out of it. Just little subtle things that most women don't think of, that they're unconsciously doing, but when they're attracted to a man, they just do these things naturally. And unfortunately, like in this guy's case, they're just clueless and they don't see it, and they try to force the woman to do things before they're ready. They try to kiss when it's not appropriate. They try to escalate things physically when she doesn't want to be touched, because they're all focused on what they want instead of where she is at in that particular moment. So I'm going to go through the quote, and then we'll go through his email. And the quote says, "Uncentered men who are not in control of themselves or their emotions tend to overpursue and try to force things to happen in their romantic pursuits instead of letting them happen at a woman's pace. Love is allowing." It's very, very important. Love is allowing. It's creating the conditions where women feel safe and comfortable enough to communicate their romantic interest and invite men to escalate physical intimacy. Men who don't know any better try to force things by escalating physical intimacy when it's not appropriate or before a woman is ready. Men who understand women and know how to read body language and the subtle cues women unconsciously give off that communicate they are ready to be kissed, touched, and seduce women easily and effortlessly. It's like there's an analogy. It's an Adam Carolla quote. It's in the beginning of my book. And he talks about, well, when a woman likes you, the door's open, and all you have to do is walk through. But if the doors start closing in your face, then you turn around and you walk away. And so the point, and the reason why I chose this email is because it's important to understand when the doors are opening and when to move through them and when to hang back and chillax, which obviously this guy's having a problem, which is obviously why it took almost a year before they actually met in person. So he says, "Hey Corey, I've been reading your book and watching your videos, and please help me understand where I'm at and what I need to do or just quit." So your mindset is, I can't deal with this. I need an answer right now in stone today. Do I keep making an effort or no effort at all and just give up and go away? That kind of mindset, especially when it comes to women, it's going to lead to failure all the time, because you're living in her world instead of inviting her to play in your world. And you're getting upset that she's taking too long to decide, or that she's not as ready as quickly as you want her to be. So this is what this kind of mindset and this kind of questioning is what causes guys like you to call too much, to text too much, to be too nice, to try to force things and to over pursue, and you just get yourself stuck in blue balls and friend zone. So I've been communicating with a woman for over a year now, and 3 months ago we finally got together. So you can tell he's constantly been seeking her attention and validation instead of taking his time and letting her get curious. And you say, well, they've been communicating for a year. Well, if she was really super interested in him, they would have met a long time ago. So more than likely, he tried too hard when he first met her and pursued too much. And she liked the attention and she liked the validation, but she knew that he didn't have his shit together. So she didn't give him the chance to be around her romantically. And I'm assuming since he finally came across my work, he started backing off and relaxing and becoming a little more unpredictable and mysterious. And this caused her to become curious because she missed the attention and the validation that she got. The quickest way to get somebody else's attention is to remove yours. And if somebody is not appreciating the attention that you're inviting them into your world so you can show them, then you just let them be and go dance in some other field. First date was Thursday, and she suggested it. It was simple. We went out to eat, which she immediately started touching me. Well, that's a good sign. Friday and Saturday, she wanted to stay, and we went out Friday immediately. She was all over me, made love, absolutely the best Saturday, spent the night together, made love multiple times, out of this world. She actually performed oral and maybe finished orally. She goes home on Sunday, and over the next 3 weeks blows up my phone. So I'm assuming maybe she might be a little long distance. And we make love constantly. And then I got the, I'm moving too fast. I'm slowing this down. So when that happens, you got to think of it in terms of the cat analogy from the book. No problem. She'll be back. You say, no problem. Take your time. Give me a call in a few days. And then a few days go by. She doesn't hear from you. You're unperturbed. You're not chasing her. You're not reaching out because you said, hey, yeah, take some time. Just get in touch when you're ready. A man who has self-control and is centered is going to say something like that. A man who's not is going to go, what's wrong? What's the problem? And make her feel more uncomfortable, which will cause her to pull away. But if you're unperturbed and you're indifferent and you're like, actually maybe a little bit excited that she wants to slow things down because then you can get back to cleaning out the tool shed or the garage or hanging out with the guys and going and having some beers or whatever, that's the right mindset, the right attitude. Men who have their shit together are going to behave that way. And they're not going to be bothered or perturbed by it or think something's wrong. They'll just know, hey, women are like Mother Nature. Sometimes they get bored. Sometimes they want to go do something else, but they'll be back. Kitty cats always come back. Okay, so I did not contact her, and I started dating other women, and she saw pictures on Facebook and knew I was with a woman, and then she immediately starts texting me every day and posts on the pictures as if she wants the girl to know she's around. It seems to be working. Because you're communicating that you have other choices and other options, and that you're not sitting around waiting on her, because at the end of the day, she's the one that says, hey, I need space, I need to slow this down. And the reality is you're not into a relationship or anything, obviously. You hooked up a few times, and she pushed you away. So therefore, she's got to be the one to come back. Things go cold, but she texts every day, and I even try to blow her off, but she still texts every day. I told her after I set a date, and she canceled, just call me when you're available. And then Friday, she texts me out of the blue, says she's coming over, stays a night, we make love out of this world, kisses me, hugs me, and now we're back to she texts me every day as if she wants to keep me strung along. So you're totally becoming perturbed by their behavior, which is, quite frankly, is totally normal. See, you're, again, living in her world instead of just being, because love is allowing. Loving is allowing the woman to come and go. Because women need time to be alone with their feelings, to talk with their girlfriends about it, to talk to their mom or their dad or their coworkers when you're not around and you're not talking and blowing up her phone and you're just letting her be. And it's in these discussions that she has with the other women in her life over the course of several days where everybody's talking about it. And then she starts, I haven't heard from him. I haven't talked to him. I wonder what he's doing. And then her interest goes back up. And you did nothing. You You had no impact on this other than just staying away and letting her be. And then when she reaches out, instead of like, I haven't heard from you in a couple of days, I'm upset. She'd be like, hey, babe, it's so great to hear your voice again. I want to see your face. Get your cute little ass over here and let's make some dinner together. What's your schedule like? Something along those lines. In other words, if she reaches out after 4 or 5 days and she's feeling all these great feelings about you, like, I haven't heard from you in 3 days. Where you been? You're perturbed. You're upset. That's not a good sign, and it's going to wreck her attraction and cause it to go down. So you did the right thing. She canceled the date and just said, hey, get in touch when you're available. A man who's in control of himself and his emotions and be like, hey, cool, no problem, no big deal. As long as she doesn't wait till the last minute and jerk you around, because then that's rude. But then again, you've been interacting with this girl for a year and she does that. She probably doesn't have a high level of respect for you anyways. But based on her actions, her interest is going up. You're just getting upset that it's not progressing as fast as you want it to be. Love is allowing. You have to allow her to come and go, dude. Otherwise, you're going to fuck it up. He says, hell, I even had to set dates. She just tells me she's coming over, and I don't even text her intentionally, but she's determined to text me daily. If a woman is pursuing you, she's not dumping you or getting rid of you or blowing you off or ghosting you or sticking you in friend zone. She's chasing you because she likes you, and you're allowing her to come at her pace. And then she comes over and fucks your brains out. It's like, I don't see the problem with this. This is how it goes, bro. This is how it's supposed to be in a man's world. You let the fair maidens come and go. Because when you give them, remember, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. And when you do that, eventually, they're going to stop leaving. And they're going to be with you all the time. And they're going to be all over your ass. And when they're head over heels in love with you, they want your attention all the fucking time. Constantly. But it's a process to get there. And if you follow the process in 3% Man, you will arrive at the promised land. He says, yes, I love her, and she's everything I can dream of. Dude, slow your roll, man. You don't know. You just started spending time with this girl. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what she's like on her best days or especially her worst days. But she's driving me fucking literally insane with this on-off shit. She sends me pictures and texts late nights of her sexual fantasies, man. What the fuck, dude? What do I do? Please tell me. She's got me rattled. Do I just run her off or play the game slowly? Play the game slowly. Love is allowing. You think she's making plans for an exclusive relation with me? Or what? She's driving me fucking crazy. Come on, man. Shit. What's the formula say? Hang out, have fun, hook up. None of what you just said in that paragraph fits or is aligned with what the message is. Yeah, you've been following me I don't know how long, and you still haven't really read the book yet. You know, you're the one that's causing all the problems, bro. So take a chill pill, call your mom, go hang out with a friend, have a beer. At the end of the day, dude, you're totally in the driver's seat in this situation. You don't see it. I would be letting her do 100% the calling, texting, and pursuing. And when you hear from her, invite her over. Hang out, have fun, hook up. She leaves in the morning. It's like, what's the problem? Why buy the cow and you can get the milk for free? Why be worried about a relationship when she's coming over and fucking you constantly? What's the problem? This is how relationships start. Women come over and fuck you over and over and over again to the point where they're around you and with you all the time. A relationship will eventually happen, just like the book says. It's not your job. It's not your purview. It's not your AO. It's not your area of operations. Your job is just to create an opportunity for sex to happen, to hang out, to have fun, and hook up. Stop complicating it, dude. This shit's not that hard. But you're making it hard because you didn't follow instructions. You didn't read the book 10 to 15 times. So I suggest that you do this. Let her do 100% of the pursuing. Simply invite her over and hang out, have fun, and hook up. And eventually the relationship will happen. You don't need to worry about it. Again, hang out, have fun, hook up. Very simple. So if you got a question or a challenge that you'd like to get my help with, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.